Elon Musk himself tweeted about it, which surprised me because I had just finished researching whether Twitter can safeguard people under his ownership. In one tweet, he apologized for transforming Twitter into a place that has trolls and posted a screen grab of the article. More than 30 million profiles saw that tweet according to Twitter's own statistics. Trolls are kind of entertaining, Mr. Musk added in a subsequent comment to my BBC inquiry. Twitter insiders, users cannot be shielded from trolling because of Musk. An investigation revealed that Twitter was never ideal, but it showed how the new owner of Twitter has allowed hate to flourish. People who work at Twitter now and in the past have told me that nobody is taking care of features that shield users from abuse and damage. As part of my Panorama investigation, I had contacted Elon Musk, but he didn't reply. Instead, he made the choice to later share his response with more than 130 million followers on social media. Then, as a result of his tweets, I received a barrage of criticism from other people. There have been hundreds of posts, many of which contain derogatory terminology for women. Additionally, there have been ominous messages featuring images of kidnapping and hanging. In a response to a tweet that criticized the BBC report, Mr. Musk replied once more. He scribbled ROFLMAO as he rolled us in the floor laughing my ass off. I was now sorting through more offensive messages, the majority of which came from accounts in the United States and the United Kingdom. The tweets from Mr. Musk sparked a lot of vitriol, some of it coming from accounts that had previously been suspended. More evidence that the BBC Panorama report is correct shows how popular hatred is on Twitter. The fact that the BBC Panorama report is correct shows how popular hatred is on Twitter. I received a majority of the hostile messages. Twitter abuse is nothing new to me. After all, I cover misinformation, conspiracy, and hatred there as a reporter. A team from the International Center for Journalists and the University of Sheffield tracked the abuse I had received for my initial inquiry and found that it had tripled following Elon Musk's takeover compared to the same time last year. The International Center for Journalists and the University of Sheffield both confirmed that after Mr. Musk's comments about me, the level of hatred had climbed once more and reached its highest point in the previous year. Additionally, the team's tools were unable to detect all of the abuse. Some of it didn't specifically mention me by name or was a reply to Mr. Musk's initial tweet, which received more than 14,000 comments. Others were private communications, which contained videos of hangings and a lady being bound and threatened with a gun. There were also comments that talked about my time ending in a horrible way and wanted me to burn in hell. Many people used harsh and sexualized language along with misogynistic remarks. I received numerous bitch and other worse slurs, with a minor number of messages sent to me on other websites after Mr. Musk's tweets. Twitter was where I received the majority of the messages. I had looked into Twitter abuser profiles during my initial investigation. Since Elon Musk chose to reinstate thousands of blocked accounts, many users have increased their activity on the social networking platform. This time, I investigated the accounts that were abusing me. Since the takeover, several of the accounts have grown more active, and several have openly expressed their happiness at how their profiles have improved since Mr. Musk purchased the website. In the past year, I've used social media tools to defend myself whenever I've been subjected to a barrage of abuse. Those Twitter capabilities didn't seem to be functioning the same way this time. Safety mode, which gets rid of abusive accounts by itself, was blocking users who were posting positive comments by accident. It was also blocking accounts that shared hate. This agrees with what current and former Twitter employees told me about how features like the harmful reply nudge, meant to shield Twitter users from abuse and trolling, are proving challenging to manage and inconsistently operating. Since Mr. Musk purchased Twitter, at least half of its employees have either been fired or have opted to quit. When I followed up with those insiders to get their opinions on the recent uptick in online abuse, several of them said it only served to validate their earlier worries about Twitter under Mr. Musk. I've spoken with Elon Musk on Twitter a number of times to learn more about his plans for the social media platform. In order to get their reaction to the subsequent uptick in hate I've been receiving since Mr. Musk's tweets, I've gotten in touch with both Twitter and him once more. They did not answer. Since then, requests are now immediately responded to with weird emojis from the Twitter's press office's email account. Defending and respecting the user's voice is still one of Twitter's core values, according to its online rules, which anyone can read. This latest incident makes you wonder what free speech really means on the new Twitter, where trolling seems to be okay, and reporters who try to hold the social media network accountable are attacked. Elon Musk, the owner of Twitter, has provided some recent updates that the microblogging platform will experience. The business owners announced in a tweet that all of the code used to suggest tweets will be made publicly available. On March 31st, Twitter will make all of the code used to recommend tweets publicly available. Musk says that Twitter's system for making recommendations is very complicated and not fully understood by the company. People will find a lot of silly things, but we'll fix problems as soon as we find them, tweeted by Musk. Offering code transparency will at first be quite embarrassing, but it should quickly increase the quality of the recommendations, he continued. Musk stated, "We're working on a streamlined technique to serve more appealing tweets, but it's still in the early stages." The Foundation for the Software Ecosystem says that developers, including would-be competitors, would be able to change the algorithm if the code were open source. Musk had mentioned making the algorithm open source earlier in February. He said, "Expect to be disappointed at first when our algorithm is made open source next week, but it will improve rapidly." In response to a user who said, "We'll be truly impressed if Twitter's algorithms were open source." After learning that trolling, hate speech, and misinformation have increased on Twitter following his $43 billion buyout, Elon Musk claimed he was rolling on the floor laughing my ass off. Musk made fun of the BBC's online story headline, "Twitter can't protect you from trolls anymore," by claiming that the social network wasn't exactly a utopia prior to his taking over the company last year. He tweeted a screenshot of the piece by Mariana Spring, the BBC's misinformation and social media correspondent, with the caption, "Sorry for turning Twitter from a nurturing paradise into a place with trolls." Billy Marcus, the creator of the cryptocurrency Dogecoin, claimed in a previous post, "Before Elon, I never had anyone say anything negative about me. That magnificent utopia was there. I now live in constant fear." Musk also stated, "Have to admit trolls are kind of fun," in response to the Shaman of Avalon's comments that trolls are half the fun of being on here. According to the BBC, Twitter ignored its formal request for comment. As has become the norm for the social network, Musk posted a satirical response online and asked many of his fans to join him in making fun of the journalism that raises real concerns about how he is protecting users.